Hello. Let me describe a scenario for you. That you just woke up this morning and you have this inner calm inside of you. You feel so peaceful. Your business is going great. You can take vacation when you want, knowing that your business is safe. Your team is well working together. You're making money. Your cash flow is good. You're not engaged in price wars in your industry because you are so distinctive that you cannot be copied. You are having the best time of your world in your business. Your relationship is going great. You have a beautiful relationship and communication dynamics. And you have romance and intimacy working very well for you. You're not afraid to express yourself. You have that authentic integrity about who you are. You know who you are, you know why you're here. You know your purpose that you want to accomplish, and you are taking your time gradually working it out. And you have so much peace about that. What I just described is not a fantasy. It is, in fact, the life of individuals whom I call blooming souls, blooming soul entrepreneurs, blooming soul CEOs, blooming soul C-suite executives. These are people who are boundless in their thinking. They're limitless in what they can achieve. They know there's obstacle, but they're overcoming the obstacle and manifesting their innate genius. They're able to create things uniquely, things that comes from their own their own wisdom. They're not copying anybody. They are using their business to make the world a better place to live. They know why they're here. They know what to do, and they're working it out every day. These are the blooming soul entrepreneurs. But the reality, my friend, is that your life right now is not experiencing those things I just described. Your relationship is not going well. There are challenges in your relationship. You want to speak up and address issues that you know that you have something to contribute, but you're afraid to do that because you are afraid of being rejected. You're afraid of being misunderstood. You're afraid of not being loved. You're afraid of the other consequences that you might get from speaking what you think is right. So you suffer in silence and just go with the flow. At work, the same thing. You can be in meetings, you have ideas to bring out to solve problems, but you are not speaking out because you are afraid that your ideas are going to be rejected. They're going to question your worthiness. Where that come from? Which reminds you of the things you've had from your childhood. Those things have trailed you from your childhood. So you're suffering in silence in your relationship. You're suffering in silence in your business. You're suffering in silence in your personhood. These are the symptoms of an epidemic I've come to term the silent soul epidemic. It is a condition, a pervasive condition that affects millions upon millions of people on the face of the earth. People experiencing SSE, the silent soul epidemic, have been cut off from their innate wisdom. The innate wisdom that gives the guidance, the direction of their lives, the destiny, what they are here to do, to accomplish, to contribute to the world, to make the world a better place to live. They are cut off from that. So on one hand, they are cut off from the inner wisdom, and also they are cut off their purpose. And so they are in the middle here trying to find out who they are. They are successful in the definition of success for the world, but internally, they are not successful. They are unfulfilled. There's something that is bothering them. They cannot articulate it. They know there's something more than this money and this achievement, accolades. But they can't describe it. It's affecting their health. It's affecting their wealth. It's affecting their relationship. And this condition of silent soul epidemic is not one that can be easily diagnosed by the traditional medical methods. Because this epidemic mimics the symptoms of other diseases. So in trying to help individuals who are experiencing that, using the method of other disease will not work. The problem will be recurring and recurring and recurring. And many people carry this epidemic throughout their lives and not knowing it. That is silent soul epidemic. And it does not discriminate from anybody. It affects the high-level executives in corporations all over the world, just as much as it affects students in colleges and universities. It affects parents, pastors, professors, school principals, engineers, doctors, and lawyers. It affects all of them. But they do not know that they are carrying these epidemics. They are trying to solve this inner unfulfillment by trying different things. They read books, they go to webinars, go to seminars. Anytime there's something about personal development, you're going to find them there. But what they get in this place is same recycled solution that does not meet the need for this inner thing that they're experiencing. What they came here to what to do. They cannot articulate it. So maybe you're experiencing that one right now. And if you are, let me say this, it's not your fault. You have not heard about information about SSC before, silent soul epidemic. You have not heard about it before. And you have not met someone who can walk you through how to identify it, how to prevent it, how to solve it. It's not your fault because you grew up in an environment from childhood where the root of this epidemic developed from the kind of trauma you've experienced, the kind of nurture environment, the attachment system that you grew up in. And if you grew up in one of these moralistic family environment, you're probably been exposed to rigid ideology and theology of life that silences your voice, your inner voice, your soul, where you're asked to comply, where children are seen but not heard. Some of us, we rebel and protest against this kind of limitations, But most of us, we comply. And this compliance trails us throughout our lives. From childhood, we take in school. The school system perpetuates it. It's all information, external information that you have to comply with to pass certain kind of exams, neglecting that innate wisdom that you have to contribute that was never allowed to develop. And that trails you to your professions. That you can be in meetings where a problem being discussed, you have the insight in this problem, but you're afraid to speak up because you're afraid you're going to be rejected. The same kind of rejection you've experienced from childhood. And you've had so many roles and identities you have played in life where you are doing the same thing. So this epidemic has built up in your life and they are manifesting in your business and your relationship. And traditional method cannot solve it. Traditional method cannot solve it. You know, I've experienced that in my life. Yeah, the SSC trailed me from childhood to school to professions and all the different kinds of identities and role I've played in life have trailed me to a time when I was at the pinnacle of my profession. I had the privilege, the power, the prestige, the perks, the position. I had all the peace, all the 5 P's. But it got to a point, something was telling me on the inside that, Abraham, it's time to leave. I have something for you to do. Your time here is done. You need to move on. But I was afraid of the new thing that I was going to be experiencing out there. I was making so much money that I didn't think I would be able to get the same out there. The money I was making was just very good. We would be envious of my peers. And my reason for not wanting to leave is because of my family. I was the only breadwinner. I didn't want to put my family in danger. And so I stayed with status quo, even though the quality of my work was reducing. I wasn't enjoying work. I didn't feel like coming to work at all. I was having problems with my boss, and I just wasn't doing as I used to do in my office. And people around me knew it. I was making money, but I wasn't getting fulfilled here. It wasn't until the force that was calling me out of that company and the force that is asking me to say when they collided. When they collided, I was fired. That was the result of that. It is a mystery of the will of God. That's the only way I can describe it. Because left to me, I would not have left that place because of my fear. It was traumatic. It was sudden. And it's what they call firing. But I have to say that they gave me a good severance pay. But the problem is still that I'm trying to make the point I'm trying to make is that the SSA manifested in my life to the point where I wanted to do something, but I was afraid to do it. A condition that many professionals today are experiencing. They have reached the height of their profession. They need to tweak something in their profession to align with their soul. They're afraid to do it. They need to leave that business and go and start something new. They're afraid to do that. So I went from someone who was at the height of his profession to becoming unfulfilled in that profession ending up being fired and traumatized, was something good came out of that. And that thing wouldn't have come out until I've left that company. That I discovered that that epidemic is not only something I was carrying. Many of my peers in the leadership circles are carrying the same thing, but they do not know they're carrying it. I have given it a name. It's called the silent soul epidemic. And I've developed a proprietary process to solve this problem, to help you identify it, to know what stage of this epidemic you are in, because it goes in stages. The earlier you recognize it, the better. So I'm inviting you to come and join me in this movement against the silent soul epidemic. I want us to take this thing from our locality to national level, to international level, and to global level, because millions of people are suffering from this epidemic. And it's not making the world a better place to live. It's affecting the world in different areas. But my focus is on business owners, because they have the power and authority to shape the direction of this world. I want to guide you from suffering in silence with this epidemic. I want to take you through a roadmap that I've developed to bring you to a land of blooming souls. Boundless energy, boundless thinking, limitless achievement, overcoming obstacles, and manifesting beauty, making the world a better place to live. So please click the link below to take my website. Scroll down and put your name and your email address, and I will send you resources to build you up. And you can spread the message. So together, we can make this world a better place to live. My name is Abraham Joseph Ojenifuja. I'm the author of the VIP Christian. VIP stands for Divine Vision, Intent, and Purpose. And I'm the author of the soon-to-be published Silent Soul Epidemic, the hidden epidemic of our time. So if you join, if you follow me, I will update you about how this is coming out. I give you behind the scene scoop of what I'm doing, so that you can be empowered in your own life and can spread this news all around your world and and to the world. That's my mission and that's my promise. Thank you very much.